Guys, Andrea, since we have, first of all, Rafael is going to mute everybody, right?
Okay. Okay.
We have some questions that we have posted before in the group, right? There are 4 questions, but for the first question, you have to introduce yourself first, and then answer the first question. So because of that, for the first moment, we are gonna have 3 minutes each one of you, right? Each one of you is going to have 3 minutes to introduce yourselves and answer the first question. Okay, I'm going to name the person who is going to answer. Okay, I have a list of your names here, right? So, and I have first question, second question, third question, fourth question, and then I'm going to name. I'm going to try to be as random as possible, right? Uh, yeah. So remember, introduce yourself first, and then answer the first question, which is: do you learn English by watching YouTube videos? Okay, this is the first question. One more time. Do you learn English by watching YouTube videos? So the first person to answer that is going to be Lucas.
All right. I am Lucas. I am 22 years old today, and I study veterinary medicine. I am in the 3rd year. I speak English for a couple of years now. And the question was if I learn English by watching YouTube videos. Most of the videos I watch in YouTube, they are in English. And as I heard one audio of Rafael, I don't try to learn searching for tips or things. I search for things that I like. One example would be the launch of the SpaceX rocket. I watched it there. I thought it was interesting. And I think that I learned a vocabulary, how to pronunciate words. And I think it's helpful, even though I don't use it as my teacher of English. I learn other things, and they are in English.
Okay, great. Excellent. I like the thing about SpaceX. I have watched that too. It's great. Okay, so
Really
the
cool,
second,
right?
yeah, the second person who is going to answer is going to be Luana. So turn on your microphone, introduce yourself, and answer the first question.
Hi, hello, I'm Luana.
Oh, sorry. I deactivate your sound. That's normal.
I'm Luana. I am an English teacher. I'm a new English teacher. I started not long ago. And talking a bit about my background, I started learning English 10 years ago. And I didn't start with a course or a book. I was just doing things that I liked, trying to find out in English. And let me see what else. I have also lived in Ireland for 1 year, around 4 years ago. And when I got back to Brazil, I started thinking about teaching English. So answering the question, yes, I learned a lot on YouTube. Different from Lucas, I do watch lots of grammar, pronunciation videos, tips from good teachers on YouTube. Mostly after I started teaching, because I need to be able to explain to students. But I think the most important addition from YouTube to my English is videos that I like about subjects that I like movie reviews and cooking channels and even YouTubers. So I think it's a great way to learn English because you see an authentic English. It's not like the audios on book with in courses, English courses. They're a bit mechanic and artificial. and also you see lots of different accents, because you can see YouTubers from all over the world, and even ones that are not native speakers. So yeah, I think it's a great way of learning, and I use a lot.
That's great. I think everybody can agree that sometimes the thing is watching YouTube videos that are related to things that we like, right? So the third one is going to be, let me see, Yassmine. So you're next to answer the question, okay? So open your microphone. It's mute. Okay, good. So introduce yourself and answer the question.
My name is Yassmine Beni. I'm from Morocco, and I'm a 19 years old girl. Okay, I have the second year in your university English studies, and I've been learning English about 7 years ago. Okay, since I was a little girl. Well, I learned English by watching YouTube a lot, and I'm focusing on British accents. That's why I'm mostly searching for British YouTubers or British movies. Or I also watch motivation videos that are presented by British motivators or successful legends, and it helped me a lot in my studies. I think that's all.
Okay, great. Let's go for the next one. The next person who's going to answer is Hassan. Please open up your microphone.
Hi, how are you doing? My name is Hassan from Morocco. I'm 21 years old. I'm a university student. I do study English like here. And for the first question, why did I learn from YouTube channel or video? Yes, in the beginning I used to follow a lot of YouTube channels, and I used to, especially to be special, I used to focus on public speakers. You know, I like the way they speak confidently, and I learned a lot of vocabularies from them, techniques to overcome the fear of speaking. You know, and sometimes I just search for some particular things that I like, for example, music or some film or movie review. That's it, guys.
Okay, great. I think everybody here listens to music on YouTube, right? We look for our favorite artists here. It's an important thing to do too. Next person who is going to answer is going to be Gysa. Please, Gysa, open up your mic and introduce yourself.
Can you hear me? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey guys, I'm Gysa, Highland Billing Pará. Well, I started out studying English with an uncle that's a great English teacher. He's been teaching English for years. And yeah, I started out when I was young. I don't recall the age right now, but ever since I never stopped studying English. Like I got really passionate about it to the point that I became a teacher myself. Like I am more passionate about teaching because of the English language, not because of the teaching itself. You know, I'm so passionate that oh my God, I love teaching too, you know. So if I pick up language by watching YouTube videos, yeah, definitely. In the past, I was not into videos like YouTubers. I thought they were dumb or something like that, you know. But through time, I enjoyed myself by watching videos. I learned lots of things. Like I love English with Rachel YouTube. She's a Native American teacher. English with Lucy, which is I think you know this channel. English with Lucy is a British teacher also. And I also like watching YouTubers that talk about like nonsense, you know, like random stuff, especially American people, because I love picking up the accent they have. And yes, I do a lot. I learn a lot by watching videos. I think that's a good strategy to pick up the language. And that's it. Thanks for listening.
It's great. I think there are lots of channels like with different subjects, right, to explore on YouTube. So next, Rafa.
Okay. You can hear me, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm 27 years old. I'm from Ribeirão Preto, Brazil. My native language is Portuguese. And when I started to learn English, actually YouTube was my first was the first thing that I tried to start the language. I remember that my first course was called English Today. It's a British course, and it's great. You know, it's from the beginner to advanced level, and I was focusing on American English, but the course was so great that I started to take this course. You know, British English. After that, my English started to improve, and I started to watch AJ Ho's channel. He's an American English teacher. In my opinion, he's the best English teacher that I found on internet, on YouTube. And I used to listen a lot of podcasts made by him. And at that time, I started to watch many YouTube channels like TED Lectures. It's a famous channel. You know, many people around US they kind of get together to do lectures. You know, and it helped me a lot. This channel. Like Gysa mentioned, some years ago I used to watch English with Lucy. I love her accent, British accent. There are many channels that I remember right now by heart that I used to follow, and I don't anymore. Right now I'm focusing on TV shows, movies, but I remember that I would follow a coach Chain. He's an American English teacher, English coach, Drew Becker, and I think there are many ones that I forgot right now.
Okay, that's great. Guys, I would like you to open your microphones. Let's just comment on what our friends mentioned about that question. What do you have anything else to add to that question? Something that you'd like to suggest, like YouTube channels, something?
By the way, Ícaro, Oumaima has just joined. Do you wanna ask her question?
Okay, Oumaima. Hello, Oumaima. Can you hear us?
Now
Hello,
she can.
everybody.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
We
Hey,
have
girl.
just started with the first question. We would like you to introduce yourself and answer this first question. Do you learn English by watching YouTube videos?
Okay, let me first introduce myself. So I am Oumaima from Morocco. I am 19 years old. I am an English student at university. So for me, yeah, I learn English from videos on YouTube because for me, I like to watch more than to read. So it's so helpful for me. And I think the idea, I received the idea better, and I can remember it because I see and I listen and I read at the same time.
It's great. So guys, would you like to comment on the issue we are discussing?
I would like to add a comment. I
Okay.
think that, I don't know if it's just something that I see, but I think that understanding English in YouTube audios is usually easier than in other ways, like movies or mostly music. When I listen to an English music for the first time, it's really hard to understand what they're saying. A movie sometimes is not so easy, but YouTube videos, I think that I can understand almost everything.
That's right. I feel the same. I think that's because we have image and audio together, and sometimes the movement, the non-verbal language may help. We have another one, right? Carina.
Yeah.
Hello, Carina. Can you hear us? Yes. So, Carina, you are going to answer the question now because everybody has already answered, right? So it's your turn. Introduce yourself first and answer the first question, which is, do you learn English by watching YouTube videos? This is the first question. But introduce yourself first.
Carina, your microphone is mute.
I know, it's just that my dog is barking. So you to hear him. Well, I'm Carina. I'm from the Dominican Republic. And I am 27 years old. I don't know what to say. Well, I wouldn't say that I have learned English like using only YouTube videos, but now they are a tool that I use to practice my English. It could be music, it could be interviews, it could be even documentaries. But in the beginning, I can't say that I used YouTube videos.
All right. So, guys, any other thing you'd like to add? Or can I go to the next question? Can I go to the next question? So the second question is, were there any English learning methods that worked for you? So this is the second question. Now we have only 2 minutes each because you're not going to introduce yourselves anymore. So 2 minutes to answer that question. The first person who is going to do that is going to be, let me see, Luana, you are the first now.
So one method that worked for me was the first one that I tried when I started learning. I was 16 years old. Now I'm 28. So first thing I tried was to translate music because I liked the music. I was like big Backstreet Boys fan, and I wanted to understand the lyrics. So what I did was I would find the lyrics online. At that time, it wasn't that easy to go online. I had to go to a LAN house, a cyber cafe, so get the lyrics in English and then the translation in Portuguese. And in a Word document, I'll put the lyrics in English and under it, the translation. So I knew I couldn't do word by word. The translation word by word wouldn't work. So I tried to understand like chunks, pieces, what the piece means in Portuguese, even if it's not exactly the same translation. So I'll try to understand what he was saying in the song, and then I would sing multiple times, reading till I could understand everything. And with time, I didn't have to read the translation anymore. And I noticed with time that new music, new songs, I didn't have to look for the translation anymore because many of the words I already knew. Because romantic songs, they use it like an easy enough vocabulary, and they're very similar, talking about love all the time. So that was very effective for me. And I didn't focus on grammar at all. I didn't know what the exact like verb and present and past. I didn't know the rules, but I knew what they understand. I understand what they mean. And I did that also with movies, like picture movies, like Madagascar and Disney movies that I like watching. I watched the same movie multiple times. First times I watched with the subtitles in Portuguese, and they're out in English, so I knew what they are talking about. And after I had memorized what they're saying, I watched it with the subtitles in English, so I could know exactly what words in English they are talking. So the same movie, doing this, I watched the same movie like 4 or 5 times, and I was a teenager, I had time. So it was a lot like this, like translation, and I was understanding the meaning. So that method worked a lot. Of course, when I got to an intermediate and advanced level, I started using other methods, and then eventually I had to go to grammar to study a bit more grammar. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's great. So let's go for the next one who is going to answer, and it's going to be let me see, Yassmine.
Yassmine, you're mute.
So,
activate yourself.
Yes. Were there any English learning methods that worked for you?
Okay. Well, when I was a little girl, about 11 years old, I was translating everything I do during the day. Okay, for example, when I'm eating my breakfast, I translate the name of the things that I'm eating, the things that I'm doing. And as the previous mate said, I forgot her name, because I'm so in love with songs and I adore singing, and I memorize them so quickly. I search for songs with lyrics, okay, and I keep reading and singing with the songer, and then translate them in my own words, okay, and so on, song after song, and I collect a huge number of vocabularies, and that was the way that worked for me in English, learning English.
Okay, that's great. Next person who is going to answer is Naima. Naima, can you hear us? Hello. You have just arrived, right? So the question is, were there any English learning method that worked for you?
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Hello. Doing fine.
Okay. Actually, I think repetition is a useful way to learn English well. For example, reading the same book more than one time helps me to be familiar with words and some expressions that I can use in my discussion with others. And also watching the same videos about subjects that I like, such science, astronomy, environment. I like to watch those videos more than one time. As Yassmine said, it helps us to gather the maximum words and vocabulary.
That's great. Okay, so let's go for the next one, which is Lucas. Okay, Lucas?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, methods that worked for me to learn English. Well, when I was young, my mother, she put me in an English course, and there we would study as a group. We would talk to each other, and we would always try to, once we learned something, we would use that thing. We would only talk about that in English, use the words in English that we knew, and the ones we didn't. At first we used Portuguese, sometimes we used mimics, just trying to move from our language to English. And I think it was really funny, it was hard, but the more we wanted to talk, the more motivated we were to learn more vocabulary, new words, and to be able to communicate. That was it. We wanted to communicate, and there was a rule. If we wanted to, we had to do it using the most of English and then only English.
All right. Thank you, Lucas. So next, it's going to be Oumaima. So were there any English learning methods that worked for you?
So actually, there are a lot of methods, and okay, I will talk about the first one. The first one is sort of thinking English and thinking aloud. my parents started hearing me. I'm talking to myself. I look so foolish, but this is the thing that worked for me. I started thinking about everything in English, and also when I start to search about something that I wanted to know, I really refused to search by my native language. I started to search just with English, even if I don't understand. I tried and I tried to understand the context and if there is a pictures and so on. And also to when I hear someone talking, when I watch a video, I try to do the same thing, how he or she pronounce, how she speak and so on. And I stand in front of the mirror and started doing the same thing and the same thing. So those are my methods.
Great, thank you. Next, is Hassan there? Is Hassan online? I don't think so, right? So
well, I think he left. I think he left.
Okay, good. So it's Carina now. So Carina, go.
Go, Carina, go. Okay. Well, my methods. As I heard Oumaima, I remembered that was one of the things that helped me learn, and it was thinking in English. One of my teachers told me that we had to think in English and start talking to ourselves, and every time or every chance you have to use English, use it, because in my country we speak Spanish, so you don't have anyone to talk to in English. How are you going to practice? So you have to surround yourself with the language by listening to music, by talking to yourself. If you have a to-do list, put in English, like today I'm going to wash the dishes and do the laundry, etc., etc. Another thing was to infer the meaning of things through books or movies. Because if you start translating word by word, you are going to switch from your language to the new language and backwards. And the purpose is to start owning the language, the new language that you're learning. And you do that by reading a whole sentence and trying to deduce the meaning of it, you know. Another thing was singing songs. In one of my classes, we used to sing songs, classics from the 80s, I think, or 70s, I can't remember. Another thing, and lately, the last course I was in 2014. It was a whole year group, an immersion, an intense class group. And we only had fun there. We used to have tongue twisters, karaoke. We never took it like seriously as like a like a commitment or something that we ought to do. We just had fun and eventually we learned that way. And I think that's how it should be, because when you have fun, it's easier to learn. And I would say that constant practice as well. When you talk to other people like you that are not Spanish speakers, you start learning, you start also sharing your own knowledge, and you start being more comfortable with a new language. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So, Gysa, it's your turn. Gysa.
Ícaro, sorry to interrupt, but we have 3 minutes left, okay?
So guys, we are going to turn it off right now, and we are gonna send another link. Actually, you're gonna click the same link that you clicked to return, okay? Because Zoom only allows 40 minutes. So just click the same link, right?
All right.
Soon.
Ícaro, we still have 2 minutes left. If you
I can finish.
Gysa can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can finish. Hi guys, can you hear me? Yeah. So, as I said, I was instructed in English by a teacher, a Brazilian teacher here, and my brother was also taking the same English classes. So we were not about English, and songs were something that we were into. Not only songs, but also movies. Like we used to copy the dialogues from the movies. Like my brother, he used to pretend that he was the character A, and I would be the character B, and would both like play the scene as if it was in the movies. And we were really excited about it. So that was a great way to pick up more language too, you know. So when Luana said about Backstreet Boys, I was also into them, like Spice Girls. They were a big thing for me by the time because I pick up more language. I was listening, training my ears to listen to the British English, which I admire so much. And you know, I used to listen to the songs and then write down what I understood out of the songs, you know, even though if they were like, if I had made any mistake, like I heard this thing, I'm gonna write it down. I don't know if it's right or not. I'm just doing it, you know. I'm just practicing my listening skills. And oh my God, what else? Naima said something about repetition. Yeah, I think that's also a good strategy to pick up more language. And to finish, guys, I'm pretty much old school. Like, I think there's no such a thing as the best method. I'm old school. Like, I learned English with a teacher, a real teacher. He used to correct me whenever I was making mistakes or whatever. You know, he used to guide me, instructed me in English language. That was the best way that worked for me. I mean, you know, you understand old school. So, but I like YouTubers, like everything that's coming up these days, you know, like new stuff, not only the language teaching classroom environment, if you know what I mean. And that's it.
So guys, you're gonna use the same link that I sent you, and give me just 3 minutes because I need to use another computer, okay?
Okay. See you soon.